All right, welcome to the stream. Sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties that kind of clogged up the stream here, but we are back. My name is Michael Sermonti. I'll be doing play-by-play for Fans Only Sports Network here today. Today we're at Cranston West High School in Cranston, Rhode Island, broadcasting a high school boys soccer game between the Cranston West Falcons and the Smithfield Sentinels. Currently 4 minutes have gone by so far since we've been gone, but now still a 0-0 game, and we are here to show you everything the game has to offer. Joined by my cameraman, Jake Lamantia, and we should be good to go for the rest of the game. And the Smithfield Sentinels looking to make a push here, and that would be DeLuca back with it. And coaches have said in the past, not just the Falcons coach, but other coaches as well, DeLuca has been a star this season, both the league and the City Cup game where he put his skills on display in the goal. He did not play a few weeks ago during soccer senior night. MJ Guglietti was goalie during that game. But Anthony DeLuca is now back and rolling as goalie for the Cranston West Falcons. And we look to see what he brings here to the table today. About 6:45 here tonight. And now looks to be a kick-in from John Frias for the Falcons. And it hits off the shin. Looks like to be Chris Malisi with the missed shot there. And Chris Malisi, the junior from West. I don't have one for West. And it'll be David Horde, the senior captain, kicking it back to DeLuca. And Sam Naifa trying to retrieve it. And now the Sentinels look to take it away. And it'll just be sent back out of bounds. 34 minutes left here to go in the first period of action here at Cranston West. And DeLuca with the nice stop there, and he would just kick it out. Now over to David Horde. And John Fry is looking to run out there towards midfield, trying to break ahead of the pack. And it'll just be now sent over to Chris Malisi now with a little bit of free space ahead of him. And he slips and falls against the Sentinels defender, but John Fry is looking to chase it down, and he will. And a nice move there by the Falcons. And just be sent cross-field over to Sam Naifa, the senior from West. Nice pass over to Chris Malisi with some space in front of him. He retrieves it before it falls out of bounds. Ooh, and he falls down. And it looks to be a penalty here for the Falcons. Chris taking a little bit of a fall there after the kind of bit of a leg kick there from the Sentinels. And now it will be number 9, Sam Naifa, for the penalty kick for the Falcons. And he takes a shot, and that's a goal for the Cranston West Falcons, scored by Sam Naifa, the senior here at West. That will put West up 1-0 here in the first 8 minutes of action at Cranston West Field. And a nice penalty kick there by Sam Naifa, and he talks a little bit of trash over to the Sentinels bench. Now the Falcons with a little bit of breathing room here. And not even the first quarter of the first period. And now the Sentinels looking to kick it upfield fast, and it will be retrieved by Frias. And hitting off the head of Frias now. And that looked to be Dylan Stewart tracking it down. Sentinels now in midfield, looking to kick it up again, trying to get it before it goes out of bounds, and it will just roll out before time to go and get it. And John Fry's looking to track that ball down, and he's trying to steal it away, and he does. And Frias now, he has knife on his left. Will he take it himself? And he will. Nice move. Back to Frias. Over to Knifa. Knifa looking to get his second goal of the match in the first 10 minutes of play. Over to John Frias up top. And Frias takes a shot, and it will hit off the butt of the defender from the Sentinels. And Chris Malisi looking to defend. A nice slide move there by Chris Malisi. And Casey Gooch will gather and he'll just send it back to Anthony DeLuca, the goalie. Now over to David Horde. As I mentioned earlier, he's a senior captain. 4 years of high-quality soccer for him at West. And it's paid off for him. And now Dylan Stewart with some breathing room. And the Smithfield defender will just send it out of bounds. And Chris Malisi with the throw-in. Yeah, nice. Try to give a little short pass over to Stewart, and then Stewart wasn't able to gather it before it went out of bounds. And John Frias now up top, over to Knifa. Over to Horde. Back up top to Frias, and Frias looking upfield, wondering if he might take a shot there. And he has Frias rolling in the middle. And it will just now be gathered up top by Chris Malisi. And Chris Malisi passing it over now to John Frias. Back trying to get it back to John Frias. And it'll just be sent out of bounds. The Falcons really trying to utilize Frias in the seam of the Sentinels defense. Not able to work so far, even though they're up 1-0 from Knifa's early penalty kick goal. Still a great shot by him. And Chris Malisi looks to throw it in once again for the Falcons. And he will. Trying to go over towards the middle and trying to track it down now. It looks to be an offsides from the Falcons. The Falcons been picking it up recently in their soccer game, tying on senior night 3-3. A little bit of chippiness there at the end of that game if you tuned in for that one. And a nice takeaway by the Falcons. And it hits off the chest of the Falcons player. And hit him in the head. He seems to be all right. John Frias now looking to keep it in the Cranston Falcons territory. And it hits off a Horde's leg and will go out of play. Frias now with it, looking upfield, trying to get it over to Knifa, and it gets to Knifa. Knifa with some space ahead of him, and he has Stewart in the middle. Knifa wanted to take it himself, and now he'll just backtrack over towards the top, Oh, and another penalty there from Smithfield. And some frustration there being made by the Sentinels defender. And Cranston West with a 70% win percentage throughout the season, 8-2-5. Has more ties than losses. However, they're 7-2-3 in Division 2. So they rank third in division. And they happen to be 4-1-4 at home. Last two games for the Falcons have been a tie. Now at their home field, they look to break out of that streak and hopefully come out with a win here tonight. Under 27 minutes now here to go in the first period of action. We apologize for the camera work here. Falcons now lining up for the free kick, looking for their second goal of the match. And with the kick now, and it's sent straight into the goalie. Good save made by Sentinel's goalie. And Smithfield, 500 on the season, 4-4 and 4 ties, and they are also 4-4-4 in Division 2, putting them at 7th. Currently coming off a 1-loss streak, and John Fry is looking to send it over to the middle. Looked like his intended receiver was Dylan Stewart, and he wasn't able to get it before the defender could for Smithfield. And it almost slips in the goal for the Falcons. Looks like it hit off the head of one of the Sentinels players. Now kicking from the corner from the Falcons. It looks like it was sent over. Trying to get it to Knifa. And Knifa putting his hands up. Could have been a penalty call there. Good thing it wasn't. Now Horde on the left with it. And the Sentinels now look to throw in. Smithfield, coached by Jeremy Dutra, led them to 4 wins this season, Not as great as they expected, but 4 better than 0. And Knifa taps it out of bounds. Now received. Looks like it's to be sent over to Frias, and Frias will now just send it back to DeLuca in goal. Chris Malisi now on the right with it, and he will also just send it back to DeLuca in goal. And DeLuca, his time in goal got cut short a little bit there by the Sentinels forward. DeLuca once again with it. Tries to get it over to midfield. Now Horde with it. And Horde looking to send it up, trying to get it to Dylan Stewart. And wasn't able to get there in time. Frias now in midfield with it. Trying to... A little bit of a shove there by the Falcons. Some frustration being made by him. Frias looking to track it down. Falcons coached by Yera Carrera, leading them to a 70% win percentage. Great season so far, placing 3rd in their division. Looking to get to the championship game this season for D2. And a throw-in made now from Horde. Trying to send it over toward the goal, and Horde now back with it, and it just hit off the defender from Smithfield. Sam Knifa and Parker Inocencio, the 2 goal leaders for the season for the Falcons, both with 16, and both rank in top 11 for goal scorers in their division. John Frias leading the team with assists. And DeLuca with the most saves per match. And a high kick sent up by the Sentinels, and it'll just be sent out of play. Horde trying to track it down. Now throw-in from Horde, trying to get it over to Stewart. And Stewart is not able to retrieve it. Under 20 minutes here to go. Over to Malisi now. And sent over to Gooch. Gooch now over the middle. And his intended receiver from that was Jack Medford. Excuse me, Mefford. And now Horde looks to throw in. And the ball now sent up to Frias. Up to Gooch. Gooch, the senior from West. Over to Malisi now. Malisi with a little bit of space in front. Tries to send it over to Stewart. And it'll be too strong for him. It will just be sent out of play. And a throw in for the Sentinels once again here at West. Cranston Westfield, fairly new over here. Gonna throw in here for the Sentinels. John Frias looking to some good defense. And a slide tackle made by Camilo Ramirez. defender, a freshman. DeLuca now back with it. Sends it over to Frias. And Gooch back towards the Falcons' goal. We'll just send it back to DeLuca. Definitely tell the Sentinels are playing with more aggression and have put more power against the Falcons' offense. And now, as I say that, Falcons looking to push up field. Trying to get over to Frias. And he wasn't able to retrieve it. Casey Gooch now up top with it. Trying to send in a Knifa. And Mefford trying to track it down. And a nice takeaway there by Frias. And he sends it over now to Knifa. And it'll be sent out of bounds once again for the Falcons. Throw in here for West. Trying to get over to Stewart. Stewart trying to fight for it. And it'll be out of bounds. Sentinels looking to make a push here. Trying to kick it up the right side. And wasn't able to get it past David Hoare. Ball goes over the fence. Fry's now in the middle with it. Trying to look upfield, and it hits off the midfielder of the Sentinels. And Malisi trying to fight back for it. Smithfield player falling down, putting his hands up, wondering how he didn't get a call for that one. A little bit of confusion there down by him. Now over to Ramirez.
Taking control of the game.
And the kick over the goal just be sent over. Under 15 minutes here left now in the first period of play. Still 1-0 from the Falcons. And a call made now from the referees. Going now the Sentinels' way. Fry is trying to track it down. Hits off the shin, though, of him. The senior from West. And Casey Gooch is senior captain, and a ball ricochets off the Sentinels' face. Now Chris Malisi looking to throw in for the Falcons, the junior. Camilo Ramirez now coming out of the game for Tyler Grisaldi, sophomore forward. And now Mefford looking upfield to Stewart, and Stewart goes between the legs of him. And Horde able to retrieve it. Over to Mefford. And wasn't able to get to him in time. Malisi now with it. Falcons with major possession of the ball here tonight. Although they only have one goal, they've controlled about 90% of the ball. And Sam Knife now in the corner with it. A little bit of contact made down there by him. And he looks towards the middle, trying to get it over. Now just over to Molina. Molina takes a shot towards the middle, and it's sent back by the Sentinels defender. Now trying to track it down in the middle for the Falcons is Adriel DeBrussard, the sophomore defender. Malishi trying to run for it, and it'll be a penalty for him. First one from Malisi this game. Coming up on 11 minutes left now here. And a kick in for the Sentinels now. And getting around to the corner. And DeLuca looks to take a kick towards midfield. He takes a shot, trying to get it over to the pack with Horde, Mefford, and Frias. And a dangerous pass now back to DeLuca. And Casey Gucci able to get it out there in dangerous territory. A bad pass made by him. Now Molina trying to track it down, or it'll just be sent out of play. Now looking upfield is Stewart. Stewart trying to get it over to Naifa. And Naifa upfield with it. Had 3 defenders in his general area. And now just trying to get it out of there. Under 10 here now left. Stewart trying to put the pressure on. Falcons have been solid all around. Smithfield as well. Except letting one penalty kick slip by their goaltender. Although West has had possession for primarily most of the game, Sentinels still able to have great aggressive defense, keeping the score at 1-0. The goal actually didn't even come from the offense. Offensive action. It came from the penalty kick, but... And Frias takes a little bit of a stumble after his kick. And it looks to be an offsides call here against the Sentinels. And Fry is now in the middle with it. Looking to send it up. And a good touch now here for the Falcons. And a good move. And it goes through the uprights. There was a shot taken there by the Falcons forward, Tyler Gasaldi. Still 1-0 here at the Nest, as the Falcons like to say. Not too much of Red Storm here tonight. See a few members of them in the stands. And John Frias reading the pass. And a shove there being made by Molina. And Malisi looking to throw in. And he just throws it straight to the Sentinels defender. And looking upfield for the Sentinels now. Look to be Mitchell, sophomore. And Molina now with some room in front of him. He tries to get it over. And Mefford kind of takes a weak little shot. And it'll just be sent to Sentinels goalkeeper. Mefford, the sophomore midfielder. High punt towards the middle. Off the head. Almost a forehead of Gooch. And Molina now looking to track it down. Frias with a nice move there now. And he's fighting for it the whole way. And he tries to cut back towards the middle, and he's stopped before he's able to do so. And Gooch now trying to be aggressive upfield. Hasn't got much action here tonight for him. And trying to send it up to Gasaldi. And it looks to be another penalty here. Now it looks to be a kick here for the Sentinels. And now Frias with it. And Gastaldi not able to reach it before it heads out of play. Coming up on 6 minutes now. Still 1-0 here in the first. And the Sentinels midfielder falling down. Sentinels need to pick up their aggression here, I think, towards the first end of the first period, if you have to ask me. Now a kick in here for the Sentinels on the sideline. And it hits off the head. And it hits off the head of him. And it was a head-to-head pass made by the Sentinels. And hits off the upright, the crossbar. Now looking upfield for Mefford. Trying to squeeze it by to Malisi, and he does get it to him. And Malisi, a little bit of contact there. Knifea now able to retrieve it. A little bit of miscommunication there. Gooch just has to send it back now to DeLuca. And DeLuca will send it back up now to Mefford. Frias with a nice move there. Mefford now midfield with some space in front of him. It's a 4-on-5 it looks for the Falcons. And the Sentinels defender will just kick it out of bounds once again. Under 4:30 now here to go in the period. And a high ball just kicked out of bounds, and another one almost ending up over the fence. This will be a throw in here. Trying to reach it over to Knifea, and Knifea not able to gather. Fry's nice little pass over to Knifea. Trying to make a sweet move there. Back up to Horde. And hits off the head of Knifea. And the goaltender will just let it roll out of play. Sentinels now trying to make any moves they can on offense before the end of the game, as they've yet to do at all tonight. Still keeping their side of the scoreboard at 0. Ball now sent downfield. And a little bit of miscommunication there by Mefford and Frias. And Gooch was able to gather. Throw in here from Malisi, trying to get it over to Frias. Wasn't able to. Frias now with it, hitting the ball off his chest. Good move there by him. And it looks like he was trying to sneak it through the defender's legs and wasn't able to do so. And now the Sentinels look to throw in here, trying to get it fast. High ball now. Sent upfield now to Naifa. Naifa. And another goal for Sam Naifa. Sam Naifa with his second goal of the match. And this one coming in the last 2 minutes of tonight's game. And in the first 8 minutes of the game, he had that nice penalty kick goal. And now, just a few moments ago, he was able to get another one. And it slipped past the right side of the defender. Excuse me, the goaltender. Falcons now up 2-0. And a nice comfortable lead now for the Falcons as we slowly start heading into the second period of play. And
Alright, let me get it.
getting off the head of Molina. And a kick in now here for John Frias. And it slips past the legs of Naifa. Penalty call now here against the Sentinels. Looks like John Fries took a little bit of a shot to the leg. And Molina now lines up for the kick. And he tries to sneak it past the left corner. And it will not. It will hit the net behind. Now coming towards the end of the first period of play here. We'll take a short break. We will be back for the second period of action here at Fans Only Sports Network. welcome back to the nest here. Score is 2-0. Entering the second period of action now. Falcons up 2 against Smithfield Sentinels. And it would have been a goal, but it looks like an offsides call will be made here by the referees. Would have put the Falcons up 3-0. And lots of fans screaming that it was a bad call. And it was a quick play there. In the first 30 seconds, could have been another goal for the Falcons. Ended up being reversed now. Still 2-0. And Malisi looks to send it down, trying to get over the Nifa. Nifa just kicking it back out to senior captain David Horde. Horde over to Gasaldi. And Horde will send it back now towards midfield. No. And Horde trying to send it up, and he wasn't able to. And now a throw in from Horde. And a throw in here from Horde, a far one, over to the middle, and Mefford able to gather, and Malisi taking a shot and hits off the shin. Frias now trying to sneak one by. Mefford taking a shot, and it hits off the right post of the Sentinels' goal. Lucky for the goalkeeper. And Sentinels now in control. A bit of miscommunication there. And Falcons still looking very offensive heavy now in the early stages of the second period. And a mishap by the Sentinels defender, Sam Nifa, now up with it. And it looks to be another penalty call. And this time it seems to be against Nifa. Nifa a little bit confused there. Excuse me, it was against the Sentinels. Nifa was just a little confused on what happened there on the play. And now Horde with a kick in. And he'll just send it up to Frias. Frias taking a shot. Hits off the foot of Nifa. Nifa trying to turn around. And he was able to get a shot. And it hits the chest of the Sentinels goalkeeper. And a high kick sent towards midfield. Castaldi able to track it. And possession in the first 5 minutes of the second period still primarily controlled from the Falcons. Horde now up with it. And Horde trips off a little bit, falls down. And the ball just rolls out of bounds. Sentinels possession now here at the nest. Falcons look tonight. Falcons and the Sentinels look to capture their second win tonight. Sentinels still 0 goals on the board. Nice little pass over to Knifa. And it will be sent back. Hitting off the head of DeLuca. And Casey Gooch now trying to make sure that doesn't get anywhere closer towards the goal. And Sentinels player falling down. Looks like another foul will be called. And some fans screaming to put it on net from the Falcon side. Fry is now passing it over to Horde. Malisi now trying to quickly send it over to Fries. Malisi and Fries kind of just kicking it back to each other. Trying to sneak it over to Malisi in the corner. Well, good takeaway there by Knifa. Horde trying to track it down and a little too fast there for David Horde, senior captain from West. Coming up on 33 minutes now left for the Falcons here. And Falcons still in possession. And Knifa was able to bring it down and taken away by the Sentinels. And Sentinels midfield are falling down on the play. Looks to be Richardson. Now a kick in from midfield from Smithfield Sentinels. Sent far down, and DeLuca stepped out of goal for a little bit there. Could have been dangerous for the Falcons. And Horde now will just hit it over to Knifa, and Knifa with a little bit of a shove, trying to gather, and he falls down. And during the fall, it looked like it hit the upper part of his arm. And it will not be that. It will be a call against the Sentinels. Fries now up top, looking to get it over to Medford. And Medford, and it looked like it hit off the hand that time of Knifa. Thought before that play was hit off the Knifa's hand, but this time it actually does. Fries with a good takeaway there. Fries now with some breathing room. Good move there by Fries. And Horde able to collect it towards the left side of the field. Good move there by Horde. And Gastaldi wasn't able to track it down. Now it just hits off the ankle of Gooch, trying to stop it before it rolls out of play. And now Raspalo will just take it from the back. Some dangerous passes being made back and forth. And a good pass now up to Frias, and that one Molina was able to gather. Frias was trying to sneak it back over to Molina and wasn't able to get to him in time. And a hard hit taken off the shin of Molina. Just a far kick will be sent off the head of Gooch, and looks to be a little bit of a brotherly shove there made by Sentinels forward. Falcons now in control of it. DeLuca now at the 30-yard line, trying to kick it down. Trying to get it over to Knifa, and it just hit off, looks like the thigh of Frias. under 30 minutes left here. Second period. Falcons playing standing defense, not only just in the first, but in the second as well. As I say that, Gestalt and looks like some chatter being made down there between a Falcon and a Sentinel. Looks like Naifa from the Falcons and Lima from the Sentinels. A shove made by Naifa. And now trying to get over to Castaldi, and he's able to gather it. And finally, and a call, looks like against the Sentinels, and Naifa making a lot of talk down there, talking a little bit to the Sentinels bleachers as well, some parents out there, and it looked like one of the Sentinels players was intentionally trying to trip Naifa as he walked back towards his side. Seems like it's cleared up now. Now Naifa with it, and a nice move there and made by Naifa. Pass over towards the middle, and it was a good pass made by him over to Malisi. Now stopped by Gastaldi, and a no penalty call made by the refs there. Interesting choice by them. Good move by Mefford, and a big shot taken by Mefford. And Naifa still pursuing the talk with some of the players and the refs. Some tension rising now here as we come to the 27-minute mark of the second period. And a call made by the ref. Naifa still talking. And a lot of frustration, mainly coming from a Sentinels player. And some talk now being made between the coaches from West and the players from Sentinel. And it looks like it's being cleared up on the sidelines. And a Sentinels player very upset. We're going to take a little bit of a break here at Fans Only Sports. Michael Sermonti doing play-by-play here, and we will be back shortly. back here at the Nest. A little bit of a dispute made by the refs, and looks like the Falcons staff on the sidelines, and it seems to be cleared up okay. Some confusion also being made from the clock. From our end, we were never told to stop the clock, but refs never gave the signal, so the clock will stay running. That actually helps the Falcons, as they want to keep their two-goal lead up. And Knifa still talking down there. It looks like he settled it now with the Sentinels players. But the 2-goal scorer from the Falcons is making some chatter down there as the game resumes with Falcons in possession now here under 24 to play. Over to Malisi on the side. Malisi with a nice swifty move there. And he tries to keep it in bounds, and it will run out of play. Unfortunate for the Falcons there. Sentinels really trying to take any aggression they have and put it towards their offensive play. And a kick from the Sentinels, and it was way out of bounds before the Sentinels midfielder was even able to get a touch at it. Unfortunate there for Smithfield. And Sam Knifa now, the 2-goal scorer, savior almost from West, will come out of the game. Horde now looking to throw in for West. And Horde trying to get it over to Gastaldi. And he tries to keep it tracked down. And now Sentinels trying to gain any kind of control they can, as they haven't all game. It's be Lima with the throw-in for the Sentinels. All day now for Smithfield, trying to kick it towards West zone. And Malisi trying to make a slide tackle there, and he was collided with the midfielder of the Sentinels. And we continue the game now with Alejandro Molina looking upfield, trying to give it to his teammate Gastaldi. And Stewart now trying to pursue Smithfield zone. A lot of shoves, a lot of contact being made here as we enter the second half of play. Contact from both Smithfield defenders and the Falcons forwards. And now Frias up top. Frias trying to make some sweet fakes. And Molina takes a shot, and it hits off the leg of the Seminoles. And now looks to be a kick in for David Horde in the corner. Trying to send it over, and it hits off the head of Mefford, and he wasn't able to get it inside the two upright poles. Almost halfway gone. Half the time gone in the second period now, entering the 20th minute shortly. And high ball, and it will be sent back and gathered, kicked away by DeLuca, and DeLuca not letting anything get past him and his defense tonight. And Fry is looking to make another takeaway, as he's been doing all night long for the Falcons. Frias now looking over to Molina. Malisi. Looks to be another call made by the referees. And Chris Malisi looking to check out of the game as senior captain Casey Gooch comes in now for the Falcons. And it'll just be sent up by Gastaldi, and Stewart with a lot of room in front of him over to Gastaldi, and he looks to cut back. And no call from the referees 2 times in a row, 3 times now. And finally a blown whistle. And Gastaldi looked to be tripped up twice, and Stewart looked to also be in the mix as well. And somehow that comes out to be Sentinels' possession. And Sentinels had a lack of defense on that play as the Falcons look to blow past their whole defense. Fries now over the middle with it. And sending it over looks like to Naifa. Naifa with a little bit of room for the Falcons. And finally a call being made after a few trip-ups went unnoticed by the ref. And now some frustration being made from the stands if that was inside the box or not. And we'll see what the call here now is. And Alejandro Molina now looks to kick in from the corner. Top corner, the field. Now in the Sentinel zone. Let's see what they have to offer here. Will they reach a 3-goal lead? Or will the Sentinels make the good stop to keep it within 2? And Molina now lines up for the kick. And it gets through for Alejandro Molina. Molina now upping the lead for the Falcons to 3. And under 15 minutes here to go. And Molina now upping. .3-0 lead now for the Falcons as we head into the bottom half of the second period. And as we see from right now, Sentinels offense and defense not looking too strong. Hopefully they're able to turn that around before the buzzer sounds. Coming up on the 14th minute mark now left. And Casey Gooch was unable to keep that in bounds before the kick was made. And now Naifa taking a little bit of contact there towards the legs, and he's just taking more contact toward the legs than any other player has on the Falcons. Could have been due to his trash talking a little earlier in the game. But him now, Sam Naifa with 2 goals, and Alejandro Molina with his first of the night. Molina, the sophomore midfielder, his second year of soccer now at the Nest. And Naifa able to retrieve that after the tumble. And a shove now made. And Naifa doing some push-ups on the sideline. And now the Sentinels defense kind of taking out all their aggression on the Falcons players. And now looks to be a kick-in from the sideline from Horde. Sending over to the middle now. And it'll just be retrieved now back by the Sentinels. Coming up on the 12.5-minute mark shortly here. And it has been all Cranston West all night long. Cranston West at the Nest now. Looking to improve their record tonight to 9-2-5. They'll be 5-1 at home now if the game ends how the score looks right now. And as the Falcons continue to dominate offensive and defensively, Sam Naifa still talking down there. Looks to be the Smithfield's Michael DeFreitas. Gooch now in the corner with it, trying to get out of that hole. He's got 2 defenders back down on him. Tries to send it over the middle. And Mefford had a clean look there to up the score to 4-0. Unable to connect there, and it goes through the uprights. If anyone needs a kicker in their high school, we have Jack Mefford now, 2 on the day. 2 field goals for him, although he has 0 goals now. Tonight's game. We'll have a kick in now here for Sentinels. And hits high off the leg of Horde. Frias now, still trying to find ways to put his aggression towards goals at the end of this game. Trying to put that cherry on top for West as they enter now the final 10 minutes of the second period, trying to close out the game still with a 3-0 sweep tonight. Nice move there made. Wow, the Sentinels forward. Trying to take a shot there, just hit off the shin. And it would just be tapped out of bounds. Sentinels from now with a throw-in on the sideline. A little bit of a chilly night here tonight here at the Nest. Now messing up the Falcons' performance. Might have had a little bit of an effect on the Sentinels. Still have 0 on the board. And DeLuca will be back there to just clean it up for the Falcons once again. He's been doing that all season long, averaging over 3 saves a game, close ones as well. And he'll just kick that now past midfield, trying to get over to Camilo Ramirez. Horde now at the 50 with it. And he will just send it back down to DeLuca. And a good takeaway now. And first Sentinels shot on goal in one of the first of their second period. Tensions kind of quieted down towards the end of the game. Sentinels finally realizing need to put a goal on the board here. And DeLuca's kick will just fly high towards midfield. And Knifa made a little bit of a shot there on Michael DeFreitas. Knifa and DeFreitas have been going at it all game, starting primarily towards the end of the first period. And the kick will just be sent over to Gooch, kind of a line drive over to him. And now Gooch trying to use his speed ability, trying to get in front of it. And he was not able to get there in time, kind of sending it out of bounds. No crucial play made there on that possession. Some Falcon bench players now coming in as we wrap the game up. Knifa still talking as he walks off the field, as he's been doing all game, towards the Freitas. And trying to talk over to the ref, and I don't know if DeFreitas realizes, but the game is almost over. And he should be using that energy towards trying to put goals on the board. Stop there made. Now, number 5, Dylan Stewart coming in. Number 7, Peter Bashan as well joining him. Both seniors here at the Nest. Score still 3-0 as we enter the 5th minute of play left here in the second period. Smithfield will now drop down to 4-5-4, dropping below 500 now, as the Falcons will improve to 9-2-5 overall, 8-2-3 in Division 2. Kicking now for the corner from the Sentinels. And DeLuca stepping on a goal there for a second. Could have been a dangerous play. Lucky for him, the ball will just roll now out of play for the Falcons. And it just hits off the Falcons defender that looked to be Michael Rispalo for the Falcons, the sophomore defender. 5 minutes remaining now. And looks like we have a player walking off the field. He might have taken a shot to the face when he came on. Three 0 still, as the Sentinels look to capture any goals here tonight, as they've been unable to do so for all 76 minutes played so far. And 76 minutes of complete destruction by the Falcons. A little bit of chirpiness made by some players. And overall, the Falcons look to come out with the W, as this game will wrap up shortly. Sentinels still looking to be aggressive on offense. And a throw-in now. Rispalo was there, able to kind of break it up a little bit. And trying to send it down to Vachon, and Vachon trying to chase it down. And Peter able to capture it, and he sent it over to the middle. Teammates had a chance. Falcons now with it. Good move there made by, looked like to be Zerone. And sending it back down now, hitting off the leg of Gooch. And Anthony DeLuca will just send it high towards the 30. And Nate Zerone, the sophomore forward, able to stop that, having it go out of bounds. Under 3 now left to play here at Cranston High School West in Cranston, Rhode Island. Appreciate all of you guys tuning in now for, and a good save there made by the Sentinels goalkeeper. He's had some great saves here tonight, preventing them from giving up 2 or 3 more goals than they didn't have to. Although they were able to sneak 3 by, and a good shot taken there, and it hits off the top left corner of the goal. And that looked to be Nate Zerone with the shot, and could have put the Falcons up 4 goals. Putting the cherry on top for them. Would not happen here tonight, however. And Peter Vachon, the senior, looks to kick it in now for Cranston West. And a lot of frustration now made by the Sentinels players. And Peter Vachon now looking to kick in, and he sends his kick straight into the goalie. And Gooch now back with it. Just kind of passing it back to DeLuca as we now approach under a minute left here to go. Time clock stops at 2 minutes at the end of every soccer game here at the West. And now DeLuca will just kind of take it himself. And we'll kick it towards midfield, trying to get it over to Vachon, and it will head out of bounds. And some parents screaming in the field as he sends that shot right out of bounds. And the Sentinels showing their frustration as the game sort of concluding, and that will end the match here at Cranston West. The Falcons taking the W 3-0 against the Smithfield Sentinels. Michael Sermonti here doing play-by-play here at the Nest, and we hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and we will see you next time here at Fans Only Sports Network.